Alrighty, fellas. If you don't have Akihiko for this season, well, don't worry. You can always bring something like a 4-star closer team. But without further ado, let's get straight into the guide. Ikaze. Alrighty, boys. Let's go ahead and get started with the Rev Cards and the Mindscapes, starting off with our main DPS, Closer. So a 4-star Closer, you're going to want to bring the Perseverance and Change set. Make sure your 4-star weapon is R6 if you're running 4-star. Here is her Mindscape. Next is going to be our main strategist with Cord. Cord is going to be running Creation Reconciliation. Here is her Mindscape. On to our secondary strategist being Summer Minami. You're going to be running Trust and Prosp. Here is her Mindscape. If you want, you can replace Minami with something like Strategist Twins if you want a higher score on this side. Now, with Anj, you're going to be running Hope and Labor. Here is her Mindscape. Lastly, let's go ahead and talk about Wonder himself. So for the Wonder Dagger, you have a couple of options. If you don't cap out on defense reduction, R6 Starry Compass is great. If you are capped out, then I recommend something like an R6 Cyclotron, or the worst case scenario, R6 Ex Machina with an Electric Persona. Now, for Personas, you're going to run Dionysus with Revolution, Rebellion, and Tarukaja if you are capped out on crit rate without having to use Rebellion. Thor, you're going to use Thundercaller. Make sure to inherit skills that can help you land shock a lot easier. Sandalphon, we're just going to be using Devoted Guard for sustain. Without further ado, let's get straight into the run. Ikaze. Okay, fellas, so let's go ahead and get started here. Wonder, of course, is going to go ahead and cast Rebellion on the Closer, so she gets the crit rate cap. Now, with Minami, we're going to do the same thing. We're also going to try to cap out Closer's crit rate with S3, and in conjunction, boosting her crit damage. Cord, if you're A0, it's just going to skill 2 here. Or if you're, A1, you just do skill 1 there and hope you land shock to get the crit rate boost. Closer's going to go ahead and highlight there. And then for the rest of the fight, all we're going to be doing is just spamming S3. That's where most of her damage comes from. Alrighty, boys. So here, we're going to go ahead and activate Anj. We're at 5 stacks, so go ahead and activate Anj S1 here to proc a party-wide damage amp. And with Wonder, we're going to go ahead and run Dionysus again. And this time, we're going to make sure to use Revolution instead of Rebellion so we can cap out our Closer's crit rate. Of course, make sure you target her so she's the one getting the crit damage from the Dionysus passive. Minami's going to go ahead and S2 here, amping up the party's damage yet again. Cord, go ahead and skill 1 here. Make sure you target a separate enemy that doesn't have shock. Helps Closer cap out on her CR. Extra damage as well. Closer going to go ahead and mash the S3 button. Okay, fellas, Anj is back. Let's go ahead and activate Anj here. We're at 12 stacks, so activate skill 3 to apply a party-wide pierce rate boost and attack increase. Wonder himself is going to go ahead and change to Thor. We're going to go ahead and Thundercaller. Make sure you do land the shock again so you can cap out on CR. Here you're going to go ahead and highlight with Summer Minami. Make sure you target Closer so she gets all the benefits from Minami's crit rate and crit damage. Alrighty, here go ahead and use Fighter Salve. Make sure you target Closer so we can amp up Motoha's damage. And then here, Minami's going to go ahead and do S1 to do some bonus chip damage. Cord, you know the drill. Press the funny catchy hook button. And then Closer's going to do an additional highlight here. And then you're just going to mash S3. You know the drill, y'all. Alrighty, let's go ahead and reset our rotations, y'all. So here with Anj, we're going to go ahead and reapply her party-wide damage amp using S1. Okay, so usually here, if you are low HP, I recommend you use Sandalphon Devoted Guard. But if you can withstand it, just Rebellion onto Closer. And then next with Minami here, you're going to go on S3 to reapply her crit damage and crit rate, capping out Closer's CR. Cord, we're going to go ahead and use the A0 rotation now. Go ahead and S2 to apply Co-Star onto Closer. Anj's going to auto-cast S2. And then here, you're going to go ahead and use Closer S3. Don't highlight yet. You want to save your highlight for next turn. Alrighty, fellas. So here, let's go ahead and proc Anj. Anj, we're going to go ahead and do her skill 3 to reapply the party-wide shred and attack increase with 12 stacks. Alrighty, save your highlight. Wonder's going to go ahead and stay on Dionysus. You're going to go ahead and use Revolution. Target closer, so she gets CR and the crit damage boost from Dio passive. Manami's going to go ahead and reapply her S2 here, amping up the party's damage. Cord, we're going to go ahead and use her S1 distortion. Make sure you land the shock to help you cap out on your CR. And now you can go ahead and highlight. Make sure you do Cord's highlight here on Closer's turn. And then Closer herself is going to go ahead and do her S3. Big PP damage. Okay, fellas. Now, Anj is back. So let's go ahead and proc her skill 1. Along with the capo, because it is the final turn. And we do want Closer to get that extra turn at the end. So go ahead and proc that the capo here. And then in conjunction, use Anj's S1 to reapply the party-wide damage amp. Wonder himself for the last time is going to change to Thor. We're going to go ahead and Thunder Caller. Make sure you land those shocks, as capping CR is indeed important. Alright, Manami's going to use her Store. Go ahead and Fighter Salve onto Closer, amping up her damage again. And then here, you're going to go ahead and use S1 for some extra chip damage, debuffing the enemies a bit as well. Cord is going to go ahead and do her funny catchy hook button. Going to go ahead and activate that on Closer. She's going to summon Alwilda, do some big PP damage. And guess what, y'all? Do it again. Right, that's the magical words, y'all. Alrighty, and you know the drill. End off the fight with your funny electro shark button. Oh, and we're not done yet, fellas. Do it again. But this time, Anj is back. So you're just going to go ahead and reapply her skill 3. The AoE shred. AoE party-wide attack increase. And now you can press the funny S3 button. There you go, fellas. GG's. And there you go, fellas. I hope this SOS guide helped y'all out a lot. Not gonna lie, it is kind of fun playing with 4-star Closer, as we don't really get to do that often. And if you do have any questions about this video, leave a comment down below. I'll get to you as fast as I can. And if you really enjoyed this one, consider leaving a like. Maybe hitting that sub button, y'all. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, my goal is to hit that milestone by the end of this year. So, you know, let's make it a reality, y'all. And do look forward to future guides, future video essays. I have a lot cooking up in my head. And until the next one, y'all, deuces.